All right, guys, we had a great morning mentoring session today. We had 3 gaps work for us. 1 gap didn't work for us. Big one was TTWO. That was a $3.25 gainer. So we had that live in the room. We were talking about where to trail that target, how to keep that from stopping you out right at the initial target. And we had about a 40-cent trail on that. That worked out perfectly. We had MDT. MDT, technically you could still be in this one. I closed it out. I got out break even. Just didn't like the way that it was reacting to the volume by price node that was going on there. So that's why I told you I was getting out. If that confused anybody, I'm sorry. But wound up being okay either way. We had WELL. That one was a 45-cent gainer, so that was great. Went straight to our profit objective, did exactly what we thought it was going to do. And then we had Planet Fitness that was down $1.20. So that one was the one that didn't work out. It should have been a little bit of a smaller loss. I had a 1-by-1 bracket on it. Had a little bit of slippage on the way in, a little bit of slippage on the way out. So 1-by-1 wound up being 1.20 to the negative. But a $2.50 per share gain on those opening gaps. So again, if you just pay attention to what's going on with those Baltimore chop setups and you watch for the ones that I've got highlighted in yellow, and again, the way to make sure that they highlight in yellow on your scanner as well is to make sure you download some sort of a plugin for your internet browser, whether you're on Chrome or on Edge. You can download a browser plugin that's going to refresh the browser, and you want to have it do it about every 10 seconds to 20 seconds, and then you're going to get the highlights as I highlight it on my end. It'll highlight on your end, and you'll be able to see exactly what's going on. Then, right after we were done in the room, we had the opportunity to trade Netflix. So Netflix got all the way down through our bands, and then stopped just at 88, so just down a little bit below that bottom band. So 256.91. We had the long entry set up to trigger. So the way you set that order up, it's very simple. You can just set up a conditional order if last price is less than or equal to 256.90 or 256.89 or whatever number it is that you want to use as a threshold. Then buy stop limit 256.91. And then when you hear that order confirmed and got you in, you're ready to go. And in this case, you're ready to go all the way through all the bands. So just about $2.50 per share, I guess, on that. It was the whole potential to move about $3 per share, but $2.50 per share it's safe to say is where you would have got out of the trade. So everything went really well this morning. Let's take a look at what we're going to do with those triple Qs going into the afternoon. We've got a fairly substantial move to the upside on the Qs with a lot of volume by price and anchored VWAP confirmation going on. I think right now the best place to look for a retracement is a 382 right around this $270 level, 270.07, 270.10, somewhere in here, this big support area. You can see we've got this big volume by price node out here, and that really says if price gets drawn back down in here, this is going to be a substantial area of support. If they keep running at this point, then another place you can look is at this anchored VWAP here. You can see it overlaps at this 271.22 threshold, and that's right on top of this volume node right here. I think anything that moves back down below 270.07 is not going to be quite that attractive to trade today. So like anything down here in this like 269.60 and below that kind of a level would indicate maybe a reversal back down into the opening range. And at that point, the bias would be shifted to the short side. That would be a 618 retracement back down in here. And at that point, we could take a look at maybe going short the Qs. The problem is we're going to get into a lot of support down below here on election day. So really the bias is pretty much going to stay on the long side. Looks like we're forming sort of an infield fly setup. We'll see if this one leaves a long tail. If it comes back down again, this 271.61 level would make for a good target area. It's been fluttering around here for a while. There's been some real price persistence. You can see it's forming a pretty significant node right here. And a move back down, as I said, into this level of support and resistance would indicate a nice opportunity for a pop to the upside with over $1 per share in profitability for the target. So you'd be looking anywhere from 270.07 up to about 271.22, maybe even up into this 271.61 level, just depending on what happens with the current bar. So that's the game plan for the Qs at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully that makes some sense to you, and it'll help you guide your trading going into the rest of the day.